are two chapters that Paul is going to use here back to back that illustrates this great struggle of the Christian life. We don't have time to read all of chapter 6, and we certainly don't have time to go to chapter 7 and preach all that too. But if you used to read chapter 6 and chapter 7, you'll find that Paul uses two chapters back to back to highlight this great Christian struggle, this great Christian battle. You say, preacher, I know the greatest battle that I have in my life. The greatest enemy that I have in my life is the devil. Can I say that's not true? I will say there is nobody that hates you anymore in this world than the devil, but the devil is not the biggest source of hindrance in anybody in this room's life from the pulpit to the pew. I believe the devil does hinder. I believe the devil does try and sidetrack us. I believe the devil does try and draw us away, entice us in our lusts and mess us up. But the truth is tonight, many things we blame the devil for, he didn't do. Many times we blame the devil for a lot of stuff, and he gets credit for things that he didn't even have nothing to do with this morning. You say, no, preacher, I know the biggest struggle that I have, and I know the biggest enemy I got. It's that world out there. Preacher, that world out there, and we talk about the world a lot. And brother, that world, and that world this, and that world that, and it's them worldly people, and it's them worldly influences, and it's them worldly voices, and it's them worldly pictures, and it's the world. And the truth is, the Christian does fight the world. There's no doubt about that this morning. Every day you get up, you live in the world, but you're not of the world. But listen to me, the greatest enemy you have is that person that you look at in the mirror every single day. The greatest enemy and the biggest battle, y'all understand this, the biggest battle of the Christian life will be with your own flesh this morning. Now I realize nobody likes to hear that. You know why nobody likes to hear that? Because we like ourselves. Nobody likes to hear that your biggest problem is you, ma'am. Nobody likes to hear that your biggest problem is you, sir. Like we like to do, if we do finally cut it down, Brother John, to where it gets close to our flesh, we say, well, it's not my flesh, it's that woman I'm married to, it's her flesh. She's the problem. Yeah, I noticed the single guy up there hollered when I said that. None of you married men said anything. Lord, I know the biggest problem. It's that good-for-nothing skunk of a chauvinistic pig that you made me be married to, that's sloppy and never says thank you and don't hold the door up. He's the biggest problem in my life. That ain't true. Sister, the biggest problem you got is you. And brother, the biggest problem you got is you. And young people, the biggest problem y'all got is you this morning. It ain't your parents, it ain't your schoolmates, it ain't your co-workers. The biggest problem every Christian has that will hinder, sidetrack, and mess them up more than anything else is your own flesh. Starting over there.